this week's FIFA File, Johan Neeskens relives the moment in 1974 when he became the first player ever to take a penalty in a FIFA World Cup Final.
I was only 22 years old. During the tournament, I'd already taken 2 penalties, both against Bulgaria. But those were later in the game. We'd already played 20 minutes or half an hour. And it's easier to take a penalty then, because you're more settled into the game. I think that in the final, I had maybe touched the ball twice and given a small sideways pass. And if at that point, just a little over a minute into the game, you have to take a penalty, then of course quite a lot is going through your mind. Nervousness was certainly part of those thoughts, but I positioned myself behind the ball, full of confidence, and took it my way, which was always hard. I didn't hit it very well because during my run-up I had really wanted to hit it in the opposite corner, as I felt that Sepp Maier knew where I was aiming. Luckily he felt he did as well, because he chose that corner and moved in that direction, letting the ball go straight through the middle. Luckily for us, it went in. In the other games where I had taken penalties, I had also hit them very hard, but more to the right of the keeper. Of course, I knew that Maier would know how Neeskens took his penalties, as he would have watched the videos. And initially you would think, it doesn't matter, I'm going to do it the same way. But the moment I started running up, the thought came to me to change it to the other corner. But it didn't quite work, what with the number of steps I'd taken. And because of that, it went straight through the middle. You see that a bit of dust came up, some white chalk. But because Maier dived for the corner too early, it went in. If he had stayed where he was, he would have saved it easily. So it wasn't really the object to go down the middle. I think our team possessed very good organisation. We always wanted to play attractive football, going forward. And I think it was also very important that we had 6 or 7 Ajax players in that team, as Ajax had won the European Cup 3 times in a row. Everybody knew we could rely on each other, and that if someone was overlapped, it was normal that the others would stay in their zone. We all knew how to do these things very well, and I think we demonstrated this in the World Cup. But I do think it was very important that we all knew each other very well as a team, and that along with other guys like Janssen, Van Hanegem and Rensenbrink, we simply had a fantastic team that liked to play attractive football, liked to be on the attack, and were able to cover each other's tasks instinctively.
En die elkaar staken blindelings overnamen. Van 74 waren 2.
From 1974, there were 2 important moments for me personally. The first is the goal I scored against Brazil, which gave us a 1-0 lead in a match we would eventually win 2-0. And that meant we would be playing in the final. And of course there was the final itself against Germany. I had to take that penalty not even 2 minutes into the game, and when I scored, it gave us the dream of being in with a chance to win the World Cup. But unfortunately it was not to be, as Germany came back into the game and beat us 2-1. But I'm still very proud indeed to have been part of that team in 1974.